Tennessee Titans second-year linebacker Cedric Gray was all over the field against the Houston Texans in Week 4, leading to his best game as a pro. I'm going to show you what I saw on tape in today's film breakdown from TikTok Titans. Fans, welcome into another film breakdown from TikTok Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 25 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for USA Today, Sports Illustrated, and I'm a certified film junkie who's hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked on Titans, for 7 seasons. In today's film breakdown, we are going to look at the performance of second-year linebacker Cedric Gray. Gray had 17 tackles on the day and was all over the field in run defense and in pass coverage. Can't wait to dive into his performance. Before we do, though, do want to thank you for checking out TikTok Titans. Again, your home for free Tennessee Titans film content all year round. Make sure that you throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat, and with that being said, as we always do, let's step into the film room. One of the things that the Tennessee Titans really need from the linebacker spot right now, with Cody Barton not playing very good football, is speed and aggressiveness downhill. And we're going to see that here from Cedric Gray. You're going to have a double team right here on Jeffrey Simmons. And it's Jeffrey Simmons. He commands a lot of attention, but this is how defensive line play is supposed to keep linebackers clean. But what's going to happen is one of these two offensive linemen is supposed to get up and get to Cedric Gray. But Cedric Gray IDs the run play and uses quickness and speed to get downhill and make a play on the running back, taking advantage of a double team by Jeffrey Simmons. Double team there, and look, Gray slides right in and makes a play. It's exactly how you're supposed to do it. Let your defensive line help you. 79 should be peeling off right now. That's a rookie in Ariante Ursary, so probably a missed assignment there where he's supposed to slide off. But that's not Cedric Gray's responsibility. He says, if you're not going to come off and block me, then I'm going to come in here and make the play. Really great job. IDing the run, getting downhill. Look, right as the handoff's happening. He sees it, starts to come downhill, and makes the play. In my opinion, through the first 4 weeks, Cody Barton has been really slow to get downhill. There are a couple on the Woody Marks touchdown at the end of the game. I thought Cody Barton could have shot the gap and made a play, and he's just kind of slow-footed right now watching things happen. But this is what you do want to see. It's going to be a zone run from the Texans going this direction, okay? And we're going to see Cedric Gray just knife straight through to make a play. You got to trigger downhill. You got to play with speed and aggressiveness as a linebacker. And Cedric Gray is starting to see things a little bit quicker, and it allows him to use his athleticism and aggressiveness to make plays. Shoot right through that gap. Really good stuff right there. Right through. And then make a solid tackle. 17 tackles on the day total for Cedric Gray. Really like this play too, because it's a combination of what we've been talking about before with the speed and the aggressiveness and getting downhill, but also with some of the mental aspect here. So this is man coverage for the Titans in the back end, and Cedric Gray has man coverage on the running back here. And in a lot of defensive schemes, you're taught all the way down to the high school level that if your man stays in to block, go after the quarterback. You're free to blitz now. You can trigger. And that's exactly what Cedric Gray does here. And he gets a shot on C.J. Stroud. So look, running back stays in to block and immediately. And look, that hit is what prevents a completion right there. So going back just a little further, Chubb stays in to block. And once Gray, who's following him because he's in man coverage, once he sees that, he says, okay, trigger time. Right there. And that's Nico Collins cutting across the field. The odds are that this is going to be a completion. Not only does Gray get the hit on the quarterback to force it to be an incompletion, but he delivers a physical blow as well that, you know, in theory could rattle some quarterbacks in the future. Bam! Nice shot right there by Cedric Gray. Love to see that right there. Trigger, downhill, deliver the blow. Great stuff. Good physical play right here from Cedric Gray. I love the Titans alignment. This is what Femi Oladejo allows you to do. The Titans typically are a 3-4 team. Now, they play most of their defense in nickel, so 3-4, 4-3. It's kind of irrelevant for most NFL teams, but the Titans have the ability to kind of switch between the fronts. They can have their four-man front right here. And because of Femi Oladejo's off-ball linebacker background, he's comfortable in this off-ball 4-3 position. So the Titans can kind of vary their front based on what they want to do with the alignment of the offense. But we're focused on Cedric Gray here, and you have a fullback in the backfield. This is just going to be a zone run this way, and you're going to have the fullback as the lead blocker here, or one of the tight ends is a lead blocker here. And when you are the front linebacker taking on a lead blocker like a fullback or a puller or something like that, your job really is just to cut that down, just to absolutely destroy that lead block where it lies, hem up the running back, and let your teammates make a play. Not only does Cedric Gray do that and take on that block, but he also makes the play as well. Wham! Hits the tight end, leaves him right there for Shy Tuttle. This is exactly how you coach it. Bam, take it on, stop it in its tracks, stop the train right there. And look, if he kicks out hard right there and wins that block and moves Cedric Gray out, Nick Chubb might be able to get through this gap before Shy Tuttle gets to him. But because he hems that up and stops it in its tracks, there's nowhere for Chubb to go. Chubb has to bounce it back, and there's a teammate waiting there. And Gray is right there to be part of the tackle as well. That is just excellent technique on how to take on a lead blocker. Bam. And look at the rest of the blocks. The rest of the blocks are actually pretty good besides Tuttle on the backside. So really important play there from Cedric Gray. Good technique. This is great recognition from Cedric Gray, and then also a nice physical hit to kind of cap things off. But the Houston Texans are going to run play action boot right here. They're going to do that thing where they try to get everybody going across the line of scrimmage and everything like that. But what a lot of teams are doing is they're cutting against that momentum because the defense reacts and they start to go this way as well. So what they'll do is they'll sit somebody down right here who's not going to flow in this direction. It's kind of across the grain, you know what I mean? Against the grain, I guess is what you would say. But Cedric Gray does a great job of recognizing both things. So watch. Okay, I'm up a little too far, but I realize now that it's a boot going the other way. I'm going to turn the other way and identify. All right? As soon as he realizes, I'm turning the other way and identify somebody. And look, he sees Christian Kirk right here. And he's like, all right, that's my guy to take. And you see how this guy's going, Nico Collins is going, but they're going to sit this guy right here hoping to kind of catch everybody off guard. That's a nice little wrinkle that these offensive play callers in the NFL are going to. And Gray recognizes it and whap! Puts a hit on him. Good recognition in pass coverage, understand what the defense is or what the offense is trying to do, who could be there, identify, physicality, put him on the ground. Good stuff. We saw Cedric Gray take on the lead blocker before. It was a tight end. The Texans, a lot of teams use tight ends as fullbacks now, so you don't have a dedicated fullback on the roster. Poor went out for the fullback position. But look at Cedric Gray take on the tight end right here. Destroy him, make the tackle. I mean, that is bam. And what I like is he closes the gap here, okay? And look at the technique. I've tried to tell you guys about this technique. I had some people who just simply don't know football. And the problem is a lot of people don't know about this stuff. And rather than admit that they don't have the knowledge to know about these things, they say, oh, that's not real. That's not even a real thing. Listen, folks, it's okay to learn. I don't know everything. And you got to admit sometimes what you don't know so that you can learn more. And some people would rather pretend things aren't real or don't matter so that they don't have to acknowledge the fact that they don't have that knowledge. You know what I mean? So look at this is a squeeze down here. All right. The defensive end, and they're doing it over here too. I talked about this in the preseason game with Femi, and you guys said, oh, that's not real. Squeeze and scrape isn't a real technique. Shut up. Anyway, squeeze down right here. And then the linebackers are specifically scraping over. That is what the technique is right here. So the defensive ends squeeze down to hem up the middle. And then the linebackers and then Roger McCreary over here are waiting for the running back to bounce out. Now, Cedric Gray's job right here is to come in like a hammerhead shark and take on this blocker. And that leaves Cody Barton free to make the play. But Cedric Gray, Dalton Schultz is just not a physical enough tight end to win this matchup. Bam! Puts it right in his chest, knocks him back into the running back and makes the running back have to wait a second. Okay? The running back might have been able to get to this gap if not for Cedric Gray blowing this up delaying it by a split second, and then Gray gets off the block and makes the tackle. That's an excellent play right there. Bam. Get off, make the play. All right, just a mid-zone run here from the Texans. We have Cedric Gray right here, and he's just going to keep his eyes in the backfield, identify the run, and once he does, he triggers down to make a play. This is linebacker play at its core, man. You got to have great eyes to play linebacker. He's a little late, but great job there by Blake Lynch to get into the backfield and push it back. Look at him get around the offensive lineman and make the play. I'm watching. There's a lot of backfield confusion. Okay, that's a handoff. Now I trigger. Now I go make a play. Right through the gap. Bam. Right there to take him down. Titans fans, that's my film breakdown on Cedric Gray's performance against the Houston Texans in Week 4. Is Gray turning into the next Fred Warner? Probably not, but very encouraging to see the second-year linebacker have a breakout performance like this. He was all over the field again, 17 tackles, got a quarterback pressure on a blitz that we saw as well. Just a really good performance and looking like a player that the Titans defense can build around going forward. But with that being said, again, make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed to the Tic Tac Titans YouTube channel for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content. Make sure that you throw a thumbs up on the video, a Titan up down in the chat, and I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and as I always tell you, tighten up.